Hello my dear student, welcome back to 10th standard second language English classes. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter. Before going to start the chapter, I will ask a few questions which are very relevant to the chapter. Okay, let me ask first question. I hope that all of you would answer for the question. First one, when did the Indian Constitution come into existence? When? Very good. Our Indian Constitution came into existence on 1950. Second question. Who is the father of Indian Constitution? Or who is called as an Indian Constitution architect, or who is called the architect of Indian Constitution? Who is that? None other than Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dear student, yes, I hope that you are getting my point. Today we are going to discuss about the fourth chapter in the fourth section of your textbook, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now we are in part 1. So let us know a pre-introductory poem to the lesson. Come to the page number 68. Come to the page number 68. Before you read, see here, before going to start the lesson, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, we have a small and very interesting poem as a pre-introductory part of the lesson. This lesson is written by Sri R Raman. Before going to know that, let us know the meaning of the poem. Page number 68, come to the part before you read. Not gold, but only man can make a nation great or strong. Men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. Brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly. They build a nation's pillar deep and lift them to the sky. See here, very interesting poem, my dear. See, just to know the inner meaning of the poem, let me to clarify. Here, not gold, but only men can make a nation great and strong. See, nowadays, how a country is considered as the richest one in the world? How can we consider a nation usually richest one? See, on the basis of the monetary function, on the basis of commodity, on the basis of monetary transaction every year and profit, isn't it? And also GDP. We see all the GDP of the country and production, profit can be considered as their progressive one or developed one. And the development of the infrastructure and the condition of economical way and transport and communication, education system and a health system. So these are all considered as the status of the country. Okay. But here what we are going to know, not gold, but only men can make a nation great and strong. See, here poet is going to know, poet is making us to know that not really gold and any kind of money or any kind of infrastructure will not consider that the country is very greatest one. Instead of that, the poet says that the men, not gold, not any money, not any silver, not any diamond will make a nation, will not make a nation very great and strong, but who will make the nation very strong? Men who for truth and honor's sake, men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. Yes, not gold, not silver, not any kind of diamond, not any kind of money, not any kind of commodity, not any kind of infrastructure. See, when we see, if we go to any country, we will see many things. If we go to Japan or China or some other countries, isn't it? If we see some infrastructure there, then we will consider that the country will be very. See, if the infrastructure of the country is very good, then we will consider that the country is very developed one. And then if the infrastructures are very bad or very poor in condition, then we will consider that the country is very poor and underdeveloped one. Isn't it? So that is common thing. But here the poet says that we should not consider the country is very great on the basis of the infrastructure, but we should consider the country's development and the country's greatness only on the basis of the strong men, or only on the basis of the wisdom of the people of the particular country. Here, not gold, but only men can make the nation very great or strong. Exactly, only men. Men means not all the men, but men who are having a great wisdom. Who are having great wisdom. Dear, the people who are having a great wisdom, strong mind, a strong knowledge, can be seen only 10 to 15% in overall population of a particular country, and rest of the 85% or 90% of the people are not considered as strong and great, because they always want to develop themselves instead of developing the country. Instead of, they never go to develop the country. See here, only these people, great people, make the nation very strong and very great. See what kind of great people? We can mention few names. Mahatma Gandhi, and then Subhash Chandra Bose, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, and many others who come under in 10 to 15% as I mentioned earlier. Okay. Men who for truth. The men who lived for truth, who lived for honest, who lived for their motherland, who lived for the sake of their country, who sacrificed everything themselves to the development of the country. Lal Bahadur Shastri, there are many. Truth and honor's sake, these people will always be honored by the public. Stand fast and suffer long. See, these good people, the people who always used to say truth, they suffer long. As usual, isn't it? If you are going in the right path, many obstacles will appear there. So that is why the pure people will always feel suffer. The other people will not leave the other people will not leave these honest people happily, or in the way of honest. Brave men who work while others sleep. So these are the people who we can consider the people who are having good wisdom. Maybe these people will be 10 to as I told 15% of the overall population. So these people will always work hard. So how will they work hard? They always work hard whenever other 85% or 90% people will sleep. See, while others sleep, these people very strong, the people who are having strong wisdom, always they work 24 hours around the clock. They work around the clock. Brave men who work while others sleep. These people who always used to say truth and who always live their life honest. They work hard. They work around the clock. They think about the development of their country. They never think about the development of their own family. They work every time while others sleep. While reminding the rest of the people, 85% of the people, whenever they sleep, these work hard. Who dare while others fly? See, these strong and truth people, these strong people who always used to make great their nation, they feel fear whenever others fly. But when they are flying into the high, they feel very happy and they are very strong. They built a nation's pillar deep. These people, they built nation's pillar deep. They wanted to develop their country. They wanted to sacrifice. They wanted to put the proper and strong foundation to the country. They get good education. They know the social justice. They know the religious value. They know the public values. They know the society. And they are always ready to help to the others. See, these people always think about the development of the country, so that is why they built their nation's pillar very deep and make the nation very strong. They built a nation's pillar very deep and lift them to the sky. They built the nation's pillar very deep and they try to lift the country and try to lift the complete nation to the optimum level. So it shows that by sacrificing themselves, they are ready to give all the things to the development of the country. They never work for the sake of themselves. They never to work the development of themselves. They are always ready to work to the development of others. They work selflessly. See, all of us, now I hope that you understood about the word. See, it is a pre-introductory part of the lesson, Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. So here, these Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi and many others are there who sacrificed their life to the development of the country. So these people, such people can be considered as the people who always make the nation strong and great. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar made our country very great and very strong. See, how can you say that Dr. B. R. Ambedkar made our country very great and strong? He has given constitution to the whole country, isn't it? So that is why he is called as the father of our constitution and architect of our constitution. Okay, yes. And also Dr. B. R. Ambedkar was considered as the chairperson of Indian Constitution Drafting Committee. So now all of us love our country, don't we? See, do you love your country? Yes, very good. We also. But some people believe soldiers and politicians are the only people who can build the nation and contribute directly to its growth. Dear children, most of the people think that only politicians and soldiers will make the nation great, will develop our country. But along with that, a common people can also make our country very great, and they can also give contribution to the whole country. Then, and contribute directly to its growth. Do you agree with that? How can a simple or common man contribute to strengthen the country? See, these are the great personalities, what they contributed to the country. Okay. See, how can common people give contribution to the country? Do you know? Can you guess how can a common man give contribution to the country? Can you guess about that? Yes. If you know about, if you think about that, if you say yes, common people can also make our country great. Go and discuss with your friends. Okay. Now come to the lesson. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Okay. Now let us start about the prose. That is Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, written by Sri R. Raman. Dear, before going to know the lesson, let us know briefly introduction about the author. The author. My dear, this lesson is not considered as a lesson, but whereas it is considered as a lesson. It is considered as a lesson. Now, come to the page number 80. About know about the author. Ramaswamy Venkataraman. The full name of Sri R. Venkataraman is Ramaswamy Venkataraman, was a lawyer. See, he was by profession he was a lawyer, independence activist. He was an independence activist, freedom fighter, and politician. He was a good politician who served as a union minister of our country, and he was the 8th President of India. He was the 8th President of India. By profession, he was a lawyer, an independence activist, politician, and he became the central minister of the government, and later on he became the 8th President of our country. Now, my dear, who is the present President of our India? Yes, Ramnath Kovind. Now, let us see. Come to the prose. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Now, let me read the lesson. I will read the lesson. Listen carefully. Put your finger where I read. And if you find any difficulties, tell me after my reading. Okay. Shall we start? Paragraph 1. One trait which marked Baba Saheb during his student days and in fact throughout his life was that he was a voracious reader. He had an insatiable thirst for books. He bought books by curtailing his daily needs. In New York, he is said to have purchased about 2,000 old books, and it is recorded that at the time of the second Roundtable Conference in London, he bought so many books that they had to be sent to India in 32 boxes. Dear, here are some new words. Here are some new words. Let me to clarify the explanation. One trait. See, what is meant by trait? What is meant by trait? Trait means special character. What is that? Special. Special quality or character. We can say that character or quality. Okay. Which marked Baba Saheb during his okay, next word is voracious. What is that? Voracious. What is meant by voracious? Voracious meaning, what is that? Yes, eager for knowledge. Eager for knowledge. And then the very next word is eager for knowledge. We can also say that a continuous reader. continuous reader. ಸದಾ ಓದುವವನು ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅತಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯ ಹಂಬಲ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ವೊರೇಷಿಯಸ್. ಸದಾ ಓದುವನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ನಿರತನಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಯಾರು? ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್. ವೊರೇಷಿಯಸ್. Then next word is insatiable. What is that? Insatiable. What is meant by insatiable? Insatiable means here, yes, never satisfied. Never satisfied. Satiable means satisfied. Insatiable means never satisfied. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ? eager for knowledge. He never satisfied in getting knowledge. He always used to read. Then the very next word is, come to the next word, curtailing. What is meant by curtailing? What is the word? Curtailing. It means what? Lessen. Lessen means motaku godisu. What is that? Motaku godisu. Lessen ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಗೊಳಿಸು. ಅದನ್ನ dedicate. You can also say that dedicate, isn't it? Like that. Then so these are the new words as I mentioned in the first paragraph. Okay. Now, one trait which marked Baba Saheb during his student days. See, what is the special quality? What is the special quality of Dr. B R Ambedkar? Dear students, you know very well about Dr. B R Ambedkar. What is the special quality of Dr. B R Ambedkar since his childhood, which marked Baba Saheb during his student days? See, when he was studying, when he was a student life, he had this kind of quality. So, what was the quality can be considered? What was the quality could be considered was that the special quality that Dr. B R Ambedkar had during student life. What is that? Throughout his life was that he was a voracious reader. Yes, what is the special character? What is the special quality of Dr. B R Ambedkar? That it had been there in the life from the school days, and he maintained throughout his life. The character or the quality is none other than he was a voracious reader. He was a voracious reader. He was a continuous reader. See, whatever piece of paper he could find, he took it and glanced at it. So wherever he went, whatever piece of paper he could get, he just glanced it out and he read it out. See, such a quality that he had. That is why he is known as the voracious reader. He had an insatiable thirst for books. Children, he had an insatiable. Insatiable means what? Never satisfied. He never satisfied from the books. See, wherever he goes, he brings books from that place. He loves books very much. He loves reading very much. See, what we do, just compare our life with the life of Ambedkar. See, whenever we go to Bangalore or Mysore, or any big cities. What do we do there? Yes, we used to go to shopping malls and we used to purchase new clothes and new mobiles and new other commodities, isn't it? But whereas Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, whenever he goes to any place, he purchases books. He purchases books. That is the good quality that can be considered, that can be seen in his lifetime, and throughout he followed it. So that is why he is known as the voracious reader. He never satisfied from books. He always spent his time. He always spent his time by reading or in reading books. He read too much. An insatiable thirst for books. He never satisfied from the book. He bought books by curtailing his daily needs. He bought books for curtailing his daily needs. So what is meant by curtailing? Here is the meaning of the word. Curtailing means what? Listen. What is? See, for the sake of purchasing books, sometimes he used to curtail. He used to dedicate something for purchase books. Suppose if we want to purchase any new bicycle or any new bike, what should one do? We should keep aside purchasing of bicycle and bike, motorcycle. Instead of purchasing those things, purchasing books. That is called curtailing daily needs. He bought many books. My dear, here is a word bought. B1, B2 and B3. B1 means present, B2 means past, B3 means past participle. Buy. What is the B? What is the B2 form of buy? Bought. B-O-U-G-H-T. Got it? And what is the B3 form of buy? Bought. B-O-U-G-H-T. And another one is there. Bring. You must know the differences between bring and buy. What is the B2 form of bring? Brought. B-R-O-U-G-H-T. And what is the B3 form of bring? Brought. Okay. You must know the differences between bring and buy. See, whenever he went, he bought many books from the place. So, he bought books by curtailing his daily needs. To satisfy his daily needs, to fulfill his daily thirst to read the books, he bought many books from various places. In New York, he is said to have purchased about 2,000 old books. See, here is a record of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar's loves towards the books. See what happens here. Here he says, in New York, he is said to have purchased about 2,000 old books. How many books he purchased when he went to New York? 2,000 old books. See, what actually we do whenever we go to Bengaluru or Delhi or some other places, we used to purchase some new dress, isn't it? Mobile like that. But Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, when he went to New York, he purchased 2,000 old books and brought all those things to India. 2,000, just imagine the number of books, 2,000. And it is also recorded that. And it is recorded that, one more incident, it is recorded that at the time of the second Roundtable Conference in London. See, dear children, what is that Roundtable Conference? See, here is Roundtable Conference. Yes, when was it held? See, there were 3 Roundtable Conference which took place during the time of freedom movement. In the time of 1930, first round table conference. Roundtable conference had held in 1930, and in the very next year, in 1931, that is second roundtable conference was held, and the third roundtable conference very next year, 1932, that is third roundtable conference held. See, in these following 3 years, 3 roundtable conference were held in where? London. Where? At London. Roundtable conference. See, when see, why did this roundtable conference held? Why did it take place in London? Only for the reason there was a small dilemma or contradiction between the social justice between Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi on social justice, and for giving separate election constituency. Separate election constituency, when it was demanded, then only for the discussion on this matter, the roundtable conference had held in London in these 3 following years, 1930, 31 and 32. See, when a small incident is recorded, when he attended for the second roundtable conference in London, he bought so many books that they had to be sent to India in 32 boxes. Just think about, my dear students, it is recorded that he had bought how many books? Yes, not 1 or 2 or 100. He bought 32 boxes. 32 boxes of books he brought from London when he went to attend the second roundtable conference. When he went to New York, he bought 2,000 world works, whereas when he went to attend second roundtable conference, he brought 32 boxes of books, and it was sent to India. Just imagine 32 boxes of books. What would be the numbers of the books, and 2,000 word books? We cannot imagine. Think about the desire and his insatiable thirst what Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had about books. Isn't it? Shows that these 2 incidents shows that how Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had a great thirst towards. So that is why Ambedkar is called as voracious reader. Dear children, this is a very important question. We will always be asked in the examination. Take down the question. Why did Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, shall I have this? Yes. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a voracious reader. Voracious reader, justified. Very important question. Okay, you should answer for the question as your homework. Got it? Dear student, I hope that you understood today's class very well. And write this question. Take down this question as today's homework and write the answer for the question. Okay? And study well. The remaining things will be discussed in the next class. Until then, study well. Take care. Thank you.